I'm Susan Montana. I'm the clinical director at Safe Passage Recovery, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I've been licensed for 30 years. While many of the treatment facilities now identify biological aspects, psychological aspects, social and spiritual, and there's value in all of these. The way that the identity transformation model is designed and put together really emphasizes integration of these components. And the implementation of the integration is in such a manner that what we're finding in the work that we're doing here at Safe Passage Recovery is that clients are having very, very different experiences of treatment and different experiences of themselves in relation to not only their addiction, but reclaiming other parts of who they are that I have not experienced in any other treatment facility where I've worked. Oftentimes, I will experience clients, both in my private practice and in all the other work that I've done, as identifying as an addict and what type of drug addict they identify as, or as an alcoholic. While it's really important to always maintain that connection with the active addiction in ourselves, I believe that what has a tendency to get lost is the recognition that when we're active in our addiction, there's this whole other part of us that has been neglected, many parts of us that have been neglected. And so it's really important in recovery treatment, I believe, to begin to identify, recognize, and start embracing those parts of us that have been neglected for so long. Identification and reclaiming those in conjunction with working on the addictive part of ourselves is a real basis of the integration of this model. We have a number of clients who have been through, some of them as many as 8 or 9 other treatment programs. And I think, as I said, there's value in all of the treatment programs, and most of the treatment programs that are out there. What we're getting is unsolicited comments from clients, which is fascinating to me. One of the things that happens here is clients have to be proactive to participate in this program. They actually become very engaged in the content as well as the process. And so they also challenge a lot of the information that we put out, which is really nice. I mean, it can get very interesting. The discussions can get very interesting, but the challenging tells me that they're engaged and they're not sitting and getting through. There's one client who I loved it because historically, he'd been through many programs before and was the first to admit it and said that he knew how to get through programs. He knew what to say, he knew how to be the star client. And when I first met him, I thought, yeah, he was kind of a showman. And what he found was, as he said, it was all here and it was all action, but there was nothing here that he could connect with. And as he connected more, did more self-connection, he recognized that he had to sit in his discomfort. So one group, he was very funny. Somebody was going on about something and he was shifting around quite a bit. And finally he said, I am so uncomfortable right now. And he used his hand. He said, I wish there were a lever right by my chair that I could pull and a trap door would open and I'd shoot down the other side of it and get out of this because I'm so uncomfortable. And I laughed and I said, well, you know, if you did that, both Michelle and I would be at the end of the chute, ready to catch you and waving at you. But that became kind of the statement for when somebody was really uncomfortable. It's like, I want the trapdoor lever. I want the trapdoor lever, which is really, I thought was wonderful. It was really great to say, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Putting it out there, the group would come around. We'd do a little bit of investigation, but rather than pretending as if you're not, shutting down, staying disconnected, and getting out the door at the end of group. It really opened it up for a lot of other people to recognize, comment, and then work through their own discomfort.